Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today is rant time again, and honestly I have been kind of fairly quiet recently on the whole kind of like Call Obsidian situation, on whatever Kabam is doing, and I was just kind of waiting for something to happen, for either Kabam to do something or to see something I want to comment on in particular. And today that something happened, and what happened was I saw Rho-No's video basically leaving MCOC. For those of you who do not know, Rho-No is kind of like a long-time acquaintance. I can't say that we're like the best of pals or we talk most often, but we have fairly good friendly relationship. He also makes MCOC videos. He's a windmill boom guy. He is also a whale in truest aspect of the word. His account is bigger than mine. He has more 6 stars. He has crazy openings. He's also that one guy who did 1.5 million 5-star shard openings, so on and so forth. And basically he's had enough. He's leaving. I will leave the video link in description of his kind of like goodbye to MCOC community, because he raises a lot of valid points in it. And the main kind of aspect and main focus what he talks about in his video is that uncertainty. Now, uncertainty is something I have touched upon on my videos in past as well, but I haven't kind of like elaborated it. And this Rho-No's video kind of like definitely sparked up my rage, I don't know, dissatisfaction with Kabam currently. And that is exactly where we're headed with this rant. So basically what he's saying, and he has all the right to say it, that he does not feel comfortable playing the game anymore without knowing kind of like what's going to happen, what direction the game's going to, and what the rules are. He's saying that he does spend a lot of money on the game, and he does not know what he's buying anymore. I might be paraphrasing a bit, but that is basically the gist in his video, and I completely agree to it. For me as a customer, I'm also not a free-to-play player. I also spend some money on the game, and when I do try to obtain a new champion, whether it's in arena, whether it's in featured cavalry crystals, I would like to know where I'm getting into, whether the champion that I'm getting right now is the champion I'm going to get to play down the line. And obviously these rank down tickets, whether they're enough or not enough, like for most part, typically we do not get any rank down tickets to begin with, right? We got rank downs for She-Hulk, and that was like the first time ever, but we didn't get any for Archangel, Domino, Symbiote Supreme, Nick Fury, Change, and a chunk of other champions. And so okay, so maybe Kabam is improving, maybe they're kind of starting technologies, but we had to fight with our like claws and teeth and everything for those rank down tickets, because initially they were not going to give them to us anyways. And now the more people are kind of getting into this discussion, the rank down tickets aren't even enough to compensate for the money, for the resources, basically for the feeling of deceit which you are getting by trying to invest on acquiring this character, which you think is going to function one way, and then 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, they can just go and say like, no, you know what, we didn't find it balanced or whatever. And yeah, so Rho-No, very good player. Always I looked at him as this kind of like really positive, happy-go-lucky guy. He played this game certainly as if he doesn't have care in the world, and this was his hobby, and that was something he was comfortable doing, with exchanging his money or time for this experience of acquiring resources, acquiring champions, and ranking them up and enjoying them. And now basically that can be swept under the rug. Now, one thing that I do want to say, we obviously still don't know what the Call Obsidian changes are going to be, and it might be that he's still perfectly fine character, but that's not really the point, is because the things that you feel currently are still there. They're still real. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's the problem. You're uncertain. Maybe they're just going to touch upon Cal, reduce his damage slightly, and increase his block proficiency, as many have mentioned, and make him a better character. Fair enough. But does that mean that you being stressed right now about Kabam changing the champion after you have spent your money on, and that maybe it's going to be fine, is kind of like good enough argument to let them do whatever they want? Obviously not. Because the things that are happening currently is Kabam has dropped an announcement that they will be changing these champions 3 months after their release, and what's worse, like now they have dropped an announcement for Call Obsidian, right? And let's just try and get out of MCOC. So they have dropped that announcement. They did drop it on 11th of September, I believe. First of all, let's take a look. It's 70,000 views, 1.6 thousand posts in that thread. And can you guess how many of them were from actual Kabam employees? Well, if you include grounded wisdom, then it's probably half, but when you look at actual these like yellow texts that is mentioned in here, then I believe after the initial announcement, Kabam Mike made 3 posts, maybe 4 posts within the first day. So now September 11 announcement was made, and currently we are on 22nd of September. So my question to Kabam at the moment is, you dumb fucks, don't you think that we deserve some sort of reply, at least as a common courtesy? If you can't tell us or don't want to tell us much, at least pop in the thread and say that. At least give us some sort of response, because currently, basically you just made an announcement, stirred up a huge shitstorm, and now pretending nothing's happening. You're hiding your head in the sand, pretending to be an ostrich, hoping that the danger is going to go away, people are going to let go, people are going to forget about it. Well, here's newsflash, right? Maybe some people will, but there will be plenty of people who still find this an important issue. So here is the worst thing you can do, is absolutely ignore everybody, which is exactly what you're currently doing. Now, yes, whenever you're going to make a post about anything on this subject, there will be people who are going to twist it left, right, and center, and you need to be very careful while you're posting and what you are saying. However, simply ignoring the issue, that's a 5-year-old child's response kind of like to a problem, isn't it? Like, once you kind of grow up and once you are taught about what it means to be a grown-up person, it also teaches you to deal with your problems, deal with situations that might not be too kind of savory or too pleasant to deal with. And in here, if you want to come out in the open, say that what we think doesn't matter, our concerns don't matter, at least do that. At least we're going to have some sort of knowledge and standpoint on your opinions. If you say that you are taking our feedback in consideration and might be rethinking your policies and changes, come and say that. Regardless what the answer is, it's something that we will like it, something that we won't like, come and say something. This thread has been open for 11 days now. 11 days you have ignored your community, because a large portion of community has popped in here, has viewed the thread, a large portion has replied with their concerns, and what you can do now is you're ignoring your player base, and slowly but surely, one by one, people are basically getting fed up with you. They're tired. Like Rho-No quit. I could never see him quitting miles away. If you can check out his channel, he has been popping crystals, doing videos, doing fun stuff, and enjoying the game, and he has had enough. And he said he uninstalled his game pretty much like 10 days ago, which pretty much coincides with this Obsidian announcement. Now, had you had the common decency to actually attend to your own thread, post your opinions, say what's happening, say what the direction is that the game is heading, maybe he wouldn't have quit. And who wants to bet that there are many other Rho-Nos out there who are simply a bit tired of not knowing how the game's going to look like, whether what they're paying for is going to be what they're receiving. And once again, even if the Call Obsidian is fine, it's not just about the Call Obsidian, it's about the idea is that you do not know how the champions will function or act. Because Kabam currently is forcing you to purchase a product that you have no idea how it's going to look like. And what's worse is because this product is associated with Marvel brand. Many of us love comics, love cartoons, love MCU, whatever not, and that gives us already some sort of bias when we try to go for these characters. Like some of these characters might be your comic book favorites, whatever, that gives you all this extra motivation to try and acquire a character, and then you read about this character and then you read that it's decent character enough, it could be good in a game, you just want to go for it extra hard, right? Kabam currently is essentially literally living and usurping a Marvel brand, because they are obviously selling Marvel characters. However, at any given point, they're also just changing everything they feel about them. They're rebalancing the game, they're attending these mechanics, and once again, majorly important thing is they're doing it on case-by-case basis. So they're saying this change warrants rank down ticket, this change doesn't, maybe that's okay, this is a bug, we're gonna fix it, this is actually a bug but it would make your champion too powerful, so we're gonna update the description. Basically they're just going around this video game as kind of Walker the Lone Texas Ranger or whatever the show is called, and just doing whatever the hell they feel like. They don't have like any set kind of rulebook guidelines what should be considered as a bug when characters are overperforming or underperforming. They don't kind of like have any guidelines to operate within themselves, let alone let the community know what is their game plan going to be. Maybe they do, but we certainly don't know the fact that they do. They also don't even seem to have any protocol when it comes to dealing with people on forums and actually answering. For a long time, one of my biggest kind of beefs with Kabam has been their support ticket system. This is like one major multi-million company that does not even care about their customers enough to let you call them and actually speak to a person when you have a problem. You can only raise a ticket, which 9 times out of 10 typically is going to get some sort of BS automated response, or you're going to get to deal with somebody who doesn't even know anything about the game. And yeah, so getting to some sort of any resolution from these people has been extremely hard. Now, I have had situations in the past when I do deal with them successfully, but just as many times I just essentially get worn out and get frustrated by sending in 3rd, 4th, 5th support tickets, them being closed, or me getting automated emails, and nothing kind of gets done. And this leaves you with a sense of hopelessness, which is also, I think, one of these kind of similar traits we can see with Kabam when it comes to dealing with people on forums, when it comes to these change decision makings. They basically have made up their mind what they're going to do about it. They don't really look at any person's particular feedback. They only look at their data and basically attend to the things they have to attend. If they really cared about their players, they would have updated the mastery change system, for instance, a long time ago. That is something everybody's complaining for years, that it takes too long, and it's kind of like, well, too costly, it takes too long, it's too boring, it's too kind of primitive the way they have set out their mastery points. You can't, whenever you place your mastery tree, if you add an accidental mastery point somewhere, you basically need to refresh it all, start all over again. It's a very basic thing to change, just give us ability to kind of like remove a mastery point, right? But they clearly don't think or care about issues like that when it comes to players, quality of life changes. They look at statistics, and if something sells, it's great for them. If something doesn't sell, they look at the reasons why it doesn't sell. And perfect example for this is Act 6.3 beta. There's no 4-star bans, there's no class gates anymore. Why? Because nobody plays 6.2, because 6.2 was a really huge piece of garbage content. However, everybody told them up front that 6.2 is going to be a huge piece of garbage content. Within first day, everybody said that 6.2 is a huge piece of garbage content when it comes to clearing it, and that nobody was happy about it. But they don't listen to these kind of things. The things they do listen is their statistics, is their player involvement, how many people are participating in certain content, how many people are buying crystals, how many people are buying offers. So once again, my kind of like suggestion to you is evaluate for yourself. If you're happy with the direction that this game's going, if you're happy with people like Rho-No, and I'm without a doubt saying many others like him, leaving the game, then carry on as you are. If you're not happy, do something about it. Go to the forums, talk about it, make sure that Call Obsidian thread, for instance, does not get kind of like left in the dark. Stop opening crystals if you want something to change, because those are the things they will notice. They have proved time and time again that they don't care about our feedback per se, but they do care about their statistics. And for us to make some sort of an actual impact on what Kabam is doing, we need to make an actual impact on their statistics when it comes to spending, when it comes to player engagement in their content, so on and so forth. Also, obviously, there's still forums, Twitter, everything like that. Just go there, talk about these issues, tell them how to help themselves in current situation. Because I don't think they know. I think that is part of the reason why they are ignoring that thread for 11 days now, because they don't know what to do. I'm sure that the moderator staffs have been under kind of like instructions not to go close that particular conversation, particular topic, because they don't know what they should or should not tell you, which is kind of funny. But so you need to do their job for them and tell them exactly what are your worries, what is your stance on it, what do you think about current situation in game, and help them help themselves in this situation. Because I love this game. I'm not gonna quit this game that easily just because I enjoy playing it. I think it's a fantastic game, and I in many ways feel that me quitting this game would be kind of me punishing myself for the things that Kabam is doing wrong. I don't want to punish myself. I want to keep playing this game because I enjoy it for the most part, obviously. But at the same time, I do want to do something to make sure that they know I'm not okay with it. That's why I have stopped spending outside like the bare minimum necessities I need for like Alliance War, and not buying any deals. I haven't bought any deals since that Call Obsidian announcement drop. I haven't opened any Cavalier crystals for Vision Arcus, so on and so forth, and I'm just gonna keep my stance on it. Because realistically, it's not changing anything on my account. I still have a great account. I'm not going to immediately fall behind somewhere. I'm still capable of clearing the content. But yeah, that will pretty much be me done ranting for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons. And yeah, forward this video to your mates, friends, alliance mates, everybody who you think might be interested, might be thinking similarly, or might simply have something interesting to add to the conversation. But yeah, guys, catch you guys next time. See ya.